Hello. Hello. Welcome, everyone. It's great to have you with me today. Hey there. How's everyone doing? Happy Tuesday. Hi, Lissa. Welcome. And Samantha. Good to see you. JR. Yeah. Welcome, everyone. Hey, Laura. Alyssa's like, we got a community going on here, right? It's beautiful. Glad that you all support each other. It's beautiful to see community grow. Hi, Samantha. Sorry, Laura. We were trying to get live in the group. That's what happens is I'm actually trying to go live in the group. And so that Facebook has made it quite complicated to go live in a group. I don't know why, but you have to kind of like jump through all these different hoops, and then sometimes it doesn't work. So it's kind of complicated. It's funky. Yeah, it's funky. Hi, Wenza. Hi, Laura. Good evening, Annie. It's great to see you. So great to have everyone here today. It's great to have everyone tuning in. Um, oh, that's great, Alyssa. You know what though? When we have a full day of getting things done, I always feel so much better. It's okay to be tired at the end of the day. I kind of feel like I earned the tired or something. What's more weird is when you feel tired and you're like, I didn't do anything all day, right? I don't know. I'm sure that's happened to you guys. All right. So I invite you all to ask any question you like. Obviously, I'm a medium. I am a mentor and an astrologer. If you want a reading, I prefer specific questions because, yeah, I could tap into any spirit around you, but that's better done in a private reading. It's not very good here. What would be better is if you're like asking a specific question, or do you have a message from my uncle, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Like just be very direct. I'm not doing spirit led today. I'm just not, I haven't been really feeling the whole spirit led thing. And obviously, I'm an astrologer too. So this week is full of a lot of great blessings. Depending on where Cancer is in your chart, all of us have all the zodiac. So if you're ever prejudiced against people for being a particular sign, that's a silly thing to do because you have it within you somewhere too. So try not to ever do that. Like, try not to ever say, "Oh, all Scorpios are." Or all Sagittarius. I did it. I did it before I understood astrology. I did it, and it's not a smart thing to say or feel. Okay, it's not accurate. So you have a little bit of somewhere in your chart. You have Cancer. The zodiac sign of Cancer, and so everybody does, and wherever that is, you're getting a blessing in that part of your life. It could have something to do with your home or being at home or working from home, or something else that has to do with home in general. And so that's what's going on this week. We are having some beautiful blessings this week, and I hope that all of you take this time to recognize that we are having beautiful blessings in this moment. And I invite you, if you'd like a reading or something like that, to please put it down in the chat. If you have any questions, I've been a witch since I was 13, really. And I've pretty much been practicing witchcraft my whole life since I was 13. And I've been an astrologer, professional astrologer, really. I mean, I've been doing birth natal charts for like 10 plus years. I started reading them probably like 13 years ago or so. And then But I've taken a lot of classes during the pandemic that kind of put me up lots of levels very quickly. And so that was a blessing. So now I do lots of different types of astrology, including death astrology, which is essentially where I take a look at your loved one's um, birth chart and their death chart. And I put it together and I kind of take a look at their life and I kind of give you the universe's perspective of their death and why. And these readings tend to be very healing for people. They really help you understand the bigger picture and less from away from feeling victimized and things like that. It really helps heal the grief. So the mediumship death chart reading, I'm the only person that I'm aware of that does it. And I'm the only person that does those kinds of readings in the world. So it's like a mediumship death chart reading for people that are grieving. Hi, Ishika. Hi there. Of course, I'm also a medium and a psychic, and I read tarot cards. So if you have any questions or you want a reading, you just need to say something. You can also ask any questions you'd like. I have some cards here. If you want me to pull an oracle card for you, I will. Melissa Taylor said, the death chart you did for me, for my son, it was absolutely amazing. I'm so glad that it was good for you, Melissa. I'm so glad that hopefully it helped you sort of heal that wound of losing your son, which is an awful thing to have for any parent to have to go through, in my opinion. I think it's one of the worst things any parent would have to go through, to lose a child. Do you see me land a job at this company called Jupiter? Aishika, I will be more accurate if you tell me can you tell me when your birthday is? Just the month, day, and year and time if you have it. If you don't have the time, that's okay. Can you tell me? Samantha, someone else asked for their grandmother. Any messages for my grandmother, Dolores? All right, JR, let me kind of drop in and tap in and I don't know why, but she keeps showing me a baby, JR. Do you know why she'd be showing me a baby all cuddled up? Like kind of wrapped up in blankets like a newborn, you know? It feels like a joyous moment. It feels like a child is born or something like that. Um, is someone potentially in your family going to have a baby? How long's your grandmother been gone? She's indicating I think she might be reborn. Okay. Someone in your family have a baby, JR? Anyway, she's saying that her energy, like the energy that you tap into for her, has shifted, and Okay, and that she's been reborn, and you're saying that she passed like 13 years ago. Okay. So she's been reborn. Her energy, so what happens is when someone is reborn, they leave an imprint of their most recent life on the other side, but their soul, the rest of their soul comes back. Um and she's saying she's already been reborn. She's already here on earth. So somebody was born since she passed, and 13 years, I mean, anyone could be born during that time. That's a long time. So I'm just saying, JR. Um, she's saying she was reborn to feels like someone that's related, someone in the family network. She's showing me a family tree. She's been reborn. Okay, you want to know if or and. And do you want to know in a certain period of time, JR? You're asking, are my cousins or brothers having a kid? She's showing me a child. She's saying she's already been reborn. She's already here. That's what she's saying. And her energy shifted, or she's on her way back. Oh, okay. So either of those people are potentially able to have children, I'm assuming. Okay. Your brother or your cousins. Okay. Let me ask. It's definitely your cousins. And when? Can you give me a zodiac sign? I'm getting Capricorn season. Cousins, Capricorn season. So that's not till January. So they may not know that they're pregnant yet. Or it could be, she's also showing me like a circle round like this. She's showing me all the way around the sun, all the way around the zodiac. So that's a whole year. Okay. All right. So she's been reborn. She wants you to know that's why her energy shifted a while back. You noticed her energy shift. Do you remember that? Like she kind of felt one way as a spirit, and then it kind of shifted and it felt different again, and it felt kind of different. You thought it was in your head, but it's not. It's actually real. Okay. All right. Okay. And so now, Ashika, you gave me your birthday, which is, all right, I'm going to put it in here. Oh, you're not even through your Saturn returns yet, Ashika. Oh, my. Okay. Do you know what city and state or country you were born in, Ashika? What country were you born in? Yeah, Ashika, you probably get it, but I'd like to know what country you're born in just to double check. Alyssa said, my heart aches for you, Melissa. She's talking to you, Melissa. Sending all the love and light your way. The death astrology reading Hollis did for my late husband gave me a completely different perspective that I really needed. Yeah, I'm glad I could help you with that, Alyssa. It's really my honor, and really I'm deeply grateful to be able to help you and for you guys to even trust me to do that. It is a really powerful reading, and I was just a medium and an astrologer, and I just happened to put them together. I just kind of got from my guides. It was just kind of a happenstance type of thing. Beth is saying it's her birthday today. I'm really hoping to connect with my son Christopher or any other family members. Okay, Beth Wetstein. There we go. Beth, a woman showed up with a birthday cake, has candles on it. It's very traditional birthday cake type of thing. She's standing with it out like this and holding it towards you, and she's saying happy birthday. Let me see who is with her. It feels like there's a bunch of energies around her. Yep. There's a young man, which I think is probably your son, and another woman. Beth, did your son have a thing for aliens or something? Who has a thing for aliens? Um, um, he's kind of laughing. Um, he's kind of laughing, Beth. He's laughing at your but I think he's laughing at hmm. I think he's laughing at the aliens. Mhm. Weird looking. They're kind of weird looking. I think they're aliens. They look like they have blue or green skin, and they're kind of, otherwise they kind of, but they have like weird shaped heads, and he's kind of laughing through them. I wonder if it's a mask. Pretty sure it's your son. Yeah, looks like it's a mask. Okay. I don't know why. Did he ever wear a mask? I don't know how old your son was. Did he ever wear like a weird sort of blue-headed or green-headed mask? And he thinks it's funny. There's also an older man with him. Feels like a grandfather or father. It's an older man with him. I think it's grandfather. Feels like it skipped a generation. Okay. I don't know what it means, Beth. It could mean something else, and maybe you learn about it later. So just take it and put it on the back burner, okay? And so he's showing an older man with him. I believe it's grandfather or great grandfather. It feels like it's at least like it's not father. It's not immediate generation. It feels like maybe it's another gen out. Somebody drive a truck. Somebody drove a truck. feels like a, you know, might not be a full 18-wheeler. It might be, but it's somebody drove a truck. Do you know who drove a truck? Do you know if maybe your dad or somebody drove a truck? They're showing me a big old truck. I'm assuming one of them drove it. Hmm. Someone said have a piece of cake. I think that's your mom with the cake, and like it's just a birthday cake, and then I think it's your son. It's like have a piece of cake. Did you have cake for your birthday, Beth? He's like have a piece of cake. Like he wants you to have a piece of cake. He's also asking for a piece of cake. So, do you have an altar or something, Beth? To the people that have passed? He's asking they're asking for a piece of cake. Did you have a cake for your birthday? You should probably take a slice of it and put it on the altar as an offering to those who have passed. You can also like wait a day or so and then come back to it and think of and say their names and eat the food and think of them. And that's a good way to kind of send out like a thank you for them, because when we talk about them and call them in, they can come into us and then they can experience sort of as a spirit of eating food, because you're kind of calling them in and then sort of serving them um the cake. Does that make sense? But you're eating it like physically because you're sort of tasting it for them, if that makes sense. Have you ever heard of this, Beth? It's a very common practice to help with grief. Okay. Okay, good. I'm glad you lit a candle, but they're pushing you to have cake. I don't know. They all want you to go have cake, like to get your favorite kind of cake, whatever it is, and they want you. They're pretty insistent about the cake thing. I don't know. Are you like on a diet or something? Maybe you don't like cake. I don't know. But um especially your son is kind of like, I want you to have a cake. If you they keep saying they want cake. Okay? Happy birthday, Beth. Beth, who has a toddler? Is there a toddler in your life? Maybe 3? Could be a little bit older, but I think he's more like 2 or I think they're more like 2 or 3. Don't let me gender the child. It's a toddler. Okay, Beth said it makes sense. Yes, I've heard that. I will definitely have cake. I love cake. They know I do. Okay, so you do love cake. You're just not giving yourself cake. So it sounds like your mom is kind of like, and then your son is kind of backing her up, and seems like all of your family members are kind of like, why are you not having a cake? Okay, and I don't know who the toddler is, but it's a little toddler. Uh, little toddler. Is he in your life, Beth? He's looking back at me and he's smiling. Really sweet, the toddler. It feels pretty important. So he must bring you joy. It feels like joy. Okay. Okay. He doesn't bring you joy. No. Okay. I don't know who the toddler is, Beth. It's a little toddler, though, looking back at you, smiling at you. Feels joyous. All right. It's always so hard to get a clear connection when we do it this way, you guys. That's just not very good. Samantha said she thinks it's like a hockey mask. Huh. Okay. And I think somebody asked a question. Shika, you're in India. I'm pretty sure it won't change it that much. All right. All right. Ashika. Yeah, my answer is still yes. You have Jupiter in Cancer, and even though your Jupiter is retrograde, I'm pretty sure that you still will get it. Also, because the North Node is in Pisces. So, yes, you're also a Pisces sun. So, yeah, you should get that job, Ashika. Yep. Thanks. Thanks, JR. Not too bad considering we're doing this nothing on but thinking of your name. Your energy is not in front of me in a video. It's way better when it's that way. Okay. All right. All right. It's better if you ask me a specific question. Alyssa said, speaking of natal charts, may I ask what software you use? Yeah, sure. I'm using Astro Gold. I actually use it for my computer, and then because I started doing like live events, where I'm a live reader, I started to do them there as well on my phone. I got Astro Gold for my phone. And I'd say, yeah, once you kind of get used to it a little bit, I still think the computer is better, like if you were choosing between the two. But if you really need it on your phone, Astro Gold is available for that as well. I like Astro Gold, although it's taken some time to learn it. Okay. I'm happy to give you some lessons, Alyssa. Okay. Okay. So Samantha said, I'd love to hear if my dad has any messages or guidance for me as well. Samantha, he's telling me to pull a card and be more clear that way. He's saying to tap into your support system, specifically the sacred masculine. Do you have sacred masculine people around you? These are like, people that hold space for all people, that are very very accepting. It's like support, protection, and the sacred masculine. Hopefully you know what I mean by that. You can ask any questions further. Okay. Hi, Bianca. Welcome. Oh, Beth said that before when I was saying about the toddler. It could be Christopher showing himself as a toddler. Sure, it could be. I was thinking a lot of that today. Oh, and if you were thinking of that, then it's probably like a reminder of that. Yep. Okay. Do I see any timeline on it? Before the end of the month. Before the end of the month. What signs should I look for from my sun? Good question. Your son says that he comes through. Is there an animal in your home? Pet? Saying animals. Also, there is a bird or something outside of a window. So he's saying that he comes through in some sort of wild animal outside. I think it's a bird because he's showing me you looking out a window. Dreams. He also said dreams. Okay. He's saying that you can't hear your dreams. Are you taking some sort of sleeping medication or something before you go to sleep? Mamone, are you taking some sort of... He's saying that he can't come through your dreams because you can't hear him in your dreams. Like he is coming through in your dreams, but you're not remembering it because you... okay. Samantha said, I have brothers. Okay, well, he's saying maybe they're saying that, maybe you need to reach out to your bros. Brianna said, my aunt has my Nana and Papa's ashes in their home she kept. Okay. She has destroyed the home, isn't on the great path, and will not let anyone have them to spread their ashes. I don't want to move across the states with feeling like I failed to get them out of the house. Is your Nana kind of... Who's spunky? I'm not sure it's your Nana, though. It might be your Papa. Okay. One of them is kind of spunky and is like saying, we're not in there. Like that. Spirits are so funny when they do that. They're like, we're not in there. They're just kind of like, it's not even worth the trouble or something. Okay, Brianna. I think it's okay if you leave their ashes. Okay. Mamone, your son comes through your dog. Does your dog act funny? Yeah. So, yeah. And then whatever animal you're seeing out your window, that is also your son. And Mamone, those anxiety meds might be making it hard for your son to come through in dreams. Okay. You might want to work on getting off of those slowly. Work with your doctor. Okay, Jackie, I'll work on that in just a second. Yes, my Nana was a Spitfire. Brianna. That's kind of what she's saying. She's kind of like being like, don't even worry about them. They're stupid. Like she's kind of like saying, don't waste your energy. Okay. She's like, guess what? We're not in there like that. She's quite a hateful. She's pretty loud, and she will tell you what for sure. Yeah, so your dog's been wild lately, Mamone, and that's what's going on there. Okay, it's your son. Mm-hmm. All right, Brianna. All right. Okay, Jackie. Jackie, I lost my son. I would love to hear anything from my boy. Okay. He says you're having a hard time, Jackie, believing, and even in mediumship, you're having a whole crisis of faith type of deal. Okay. In fact, you probably won't believe me unless I spit a bunch of facts at you, like what's his name or how old he was and things like that. He's saying that sometimes it's hard to convince you. You question a lot in your head. You're very skeptical. Okay. It's just because you're under a lot of stress and you're having a crisis of faith. So you're not sure. I guess the crisis of faith is kind of the cause of it. He keeps going back to the crisis of faith. And that happens. He says he was young. Okay. Feels unfair to you. You can understand why any god or divinity would have taken him away from you like that. When it's time, you come to me and I'll tell you about his soul contract. When you're ready, Jackie. When you're ready, we can talk about his soul contract and why he died when he died. I can answer that question. But I need to look at his astrology chart. Okay? Yeah. I know you feel it's unfair. He's saying it's actually not. He's saying that he brought it through from past life. It's a karmic thing, and you both agreed to it before you were born. So, okay, Jackie. So, I understand the skepticism and stuff has a lot to do with a crisis of faith. And let me just say, mediumship is faith. And if you don't have faith, then I understand a lot of people suffer. And I think mediumship restores people's faith sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes people just are skeptic the whole time until they heal a little bit of their heart. And then once they heal a little bit, like some people are so hurt that they tend to lash out, especially even at mediums. And he's just saying that you sometimes kind of are. He's saying fall victim. Do you fall victim to somebody's aggression? Somebody and afraid to be the victim at the same time. Yeah. Yeah. You're afraid to be taken advantage of. But he said that it was a a mistake and a soul contract and stuff like that. She said, no, he is, I'm shattered. Okay. Oh, okay. So that you're saying it's an OD. So that's why he's saying it was a mistake. Hmm. I think it was just a mistake. It was just a simple mistake. He's saying fentanyl. Okay. All right. He just said I made a big mistake. I don't think he's happy about it, you know, Jackie. I don't think he did it on purpose. Like, I don't think he intentionally meant to take his own life or anything like that. I think he was just kind of indulging. He says he was young and dumb. He said just that, young and dumb, like that. He's kind of funny like that. He's kind of sort of sarcastically funny. He can hear you, Jackie. He can hear you all the time. He can hear you better than I can hear you. He's with you all the time. He says that the astrology shows that his passing was kind of part of his soul contract. That's what he's saying. He's saying that his passing was part of his soul contract. And he says the astrology will make you believe. Okay. All right. Okay. He says it's more factual. It is more factual. So when I look at him, part of the validation that you'll get is I'll describe him to a T. And not necessarily how he looks, but I'll describe his sort of his personality and his ways and his life. I'll kind of explain all that to you. And he's saying that's what would make you believe. So an astrology mediumship death chart reading, he says that you could do it now. He says you're strong. Are you really strong? Have you been? He says you're resilient. You've been through a lot. Okay. He's calling you strong and resilient, and he says you can handle it. Then I'm going to trust that you can handle it. It's the universe's. I'm the only person in the world that does it, Jackie. So you have to bring his birthday, his death day, his birthday and time, place, his death day, time and place to the best of your ability. And then also your birthday, time and place. Okay? And it's called an astrology mediumship death chart reading. Okay? He's saying that you can handle it. I don't always get that from spirits, not always. Some spirits are like, wait, they're not ready, things like that. But he's saying you're a hard ass. That's his words. He called you a hard ass. Okay, Jackie. He's laughing. He's like, nah, she's a hard ass. She can handle it. Like that. That's what he said. He said you've been through a lot. So, okay. I love your questions, you guys. Beth asked, can suicide be part of a soul contract or an exit point? Yes and yes. Can be, Beth. That's why I want to look at the chart, because the chart will tell me if it was part of a soul contract or if it was just and usually, even if you make a mistake, if a person makes a mistake, they still have to make that mistake during an exit point. Does that make sense? So while the exit point is happening astrologically, they have to make that mistake. So that's why sometimes people don't, like, people play around with drugs for years and years and years and years and years, but they don't die. And then all of a sudden they die. That's because an exit point moved over and bam. And exit points are hard to predict in a chart. There's usually several on a regular basis. And so, that's why, eventually it comes around. So, okay. But it can also, but you can tell if it's part of a soul contract because it won't just have the exit point. It will also have the connections to like past lives, or something else that indicates that it's a soul contract. Okay. Bianca said that's what I was going to say, is that astrology has brought me more comfort than anything lately. Bianca, I have the same experience. Isn't that wild? It's like astrology somehow, like you would think it makes you nervous or anxious to like worry about what's happening, but it really doesn't. It really, once you get over the initial worrying and getting caught up in that kind of anxiety, I think what ends up happening is then you kind of end up with this feeling of like, hmm, it's more like a feeling of it's sort of like you can just allow, like just allow the universe to unfold because you recognize that no doubt the universe is unfolding exactly as it should, right? Jackie said, okay, he's silky. Okay. I don't even know what that means. Silly. Okay, he might be silly. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Maybe she means silly. Um oh, okay. Beth said I was trying to schedule with you today. Okay. Well, Beth, we can totally do it together. It's so much better when we're eye to eye than on this thing is kind of funky, if you know what I'm saying. Like when I'm on a live, it's actually harder to connect here. Did you know that, guys? The connection's not as strong here because I'm not looking at you and I don't have like a direct connection with you. It's actually stronger in a private reading. Okay, Alyssa said, would you happen to feel whether it's going to be a while before we figure out what all is going on medically or in the near future? I keep getting dismissed over and over, even with proof, like always, yet something major almost takes me out. That's about the only time I get a diagnosis. I hope it doesn't follow the same trend to find out what's going on and get a diagnosis. Alyssa, do I have your chart? I think I do. I'm looking. Um, that sounds hard. And health professionals are kind of a pain in the butt because the doctors don't always listen to what we're saying, and it can get pretty frustrating. I know I get frustrated with doctors, definitely. I've had my own struggles even just this month. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna guess, Alyssa, that you'll find when Saturn goes direct, you'll be able to work with the doctors a little bit better. Right now, Saturn's in retrograde, and Saturn rules your house of health, which is the sixth house. Okay, so that's your house of like wellness. Your house of vitality is also ruled by Leo. So you've had a Mercury retrograde going on in there. So, as you know, and once Mercury gets on out of here and is done with its direct motion, then I suspect also the communication will because the first house also rules your health. The eighth house also rules your health. Um, and so you can see that Capricorn rules your eighth house. Uranus. Yeah, Alyssa, I would want to talk to you directly because I think it's more I would have to give you a couple of dates to watch out for, and then those are the dates that you'll probably get the right answer, even though you might explore some other answers. Okay? It's complicated to explain, but that's essentially what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that it would have a lot to do with like Saturn and Uranus retrograde. But the problem is by the time Saturn goes direct, I think Uranus will be retrograde or right after there. So I want to give you certain dates to say, like, during these days, what you think is going on is what's going on. And then I want to, like, also give you some other pointers on navigating that. I do wellness readings. I'm a medical medium and I use astrology. And I've just always been very intuitive about health. I can tell when people are very sick. I can tell, and I'll still work with your doctor. I'll refer you to a doctor. I'll help you know what to tell your doctor, or how to. I'll even coach you on how to communicate with your doctor so that you can get the proper care that you need. I used to be a nurse, so I do have some medical training. I do not replace a doctor on that hand, though, but I can help you kind of navigate your wellness. And if you're just looking like you're like, my gut health isn't healthy, I'm having headaches, I've been checked out by the doctor, and I'm just trying to get on a better track, or I'm trying to lose weight or something like that, I can help you with that. I've lost 100 pounds. I'm still a little bit heavy right now, but I'm living with perimenopause. I can also help guide you in that department. I will be expanding my website to include more of my wellness in the very near future as some of my ongoing projects. But I have a lot of things on my plate right now. Bianca said one of these days I'm gonna get one of those readings with you, Hollis. Okay. Bianca, I look forward to it. Is Beth the one with a son named Christopher? My son's name is Christopher too, and he also comes to me except in my dreams as a small child. Cute. That's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Jackie said I've never been the same. He was my Christmas Eve baby. Oh, you guys. I'm not sure if that is a favorite happy period for him, and he thinks it would bring me more comfort, but I definitely think there's a reason he presents himself that way. I would guess, Bianca, just to bring you joy. Probably because you don't experience enough joy. That's probably why. Hi, Jessica. Jessica over in the mediums group said, oh man. No, I didn't mean to do. Okay. Over in the mediums group said, Hollis, my dad is currently in the ICU. Doc says likely to pass soon. Today's his birthday. He's 51. This birthday is a cycle of sorts. Okay, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, Jessica. Um, hmm. Jessica, he's going to choose to leave, and it has nothing to do with you. It's just because if he comes back, he won't be able to. There'll be a lot of problems. He's saying. Um. Oh, okay. She's saying I've read that sometimes it means they completed their journey if they pass on their birth. Oh, that's very interesting. I can ask. He's saying that he is complete a journey. I don't know that it always has to be on their birthday because I've definitely done readings of people that are not that don't die on their birth. I've done thousands of death chart readings, but he's also saying that he has a soul contract with you. And there's another woman, I think it must be your mom or his wife, a woman, an older woman than you. Um, Seems to be several. Do you have a couple? Is there a couple of kids? You must have a couple of kids. Um, yeah, he's saying that if he comes back, his body won't be in good shape. So he's like, he doesn't want to come back like that. And it is his choice at this point. A lot of people in comas are given a choice to like either come back or not. Um so So what I wanna let you know, is that, uh, while he might pass, he just wants you to know that it's not you, um, and that his contract is over. So yeah, so he's at least completed some contract. And he just wants to let you know that his contract is complete and he is finishing. Okay? So, to some degree, you are correct, but they don't always, it doesn't always have to be their birthday. Okay? So he's like, you are right that his he has completed a contract. Okay? Do you have any other questions, Jessica? He said, you would come to understand life better if you took a look at the astrology of it. Okay? So I do an astrology death chart reading, which is essentially when I take a look at the astrology of your loved one's birth, their death, and then your sort of relationship with them. Um, okay. Okay. She's saying it's a very difficult relationship with him. Okay, so well, maybe that's why he's trying to aim you towards a private reading, Jessica. Like he doesn't want to air y'all's dirty laundry. He just said that. Oh my gosh. So he just jumped in to say that air y'all's dirty laundry. Okay. He doesn't want to air your dirty laundry all over the internet. And so the private reading with me, it's called an astrology mediumship death chart reading. And you can find me at divineandrogyne.com. And you can find that there are hundreds of reviews if you just Google my name in that group you're in. If you just put my name in there, or if you Google it, you'll also find reviews there as well. And essentially, you'll find reviews about, I'm the only person in the world that does those readings. Okay. So that's probably, she said that is how he talks. Yeah. Well, he kind of jumped in and made me say it, if that makes sense. It's called channeling. I'm usually open to channeling. And he jumped in and said it. So, okay. So Jessica, just so you know, he is here with you, and he does hear you, and I think he wants to make better, but he's saying he doesn't want to air dirty laundry. Okay. Okay. Okay, Alyssa. I really think it could help if we sat and did it together. Okay. Um yeah. Um okay. Hi, Andrea. Samantha says she's sending some love to you, Jessica. Um all right. And Kiki, gracious greetings. Carrie said, I've been able to recognize certain people who have passed by certain scents I smell. But yesterday, a new smell showed up. It moved around my kitchen. I don't recognize it. It smells like something burning. I was growing crazy looking for the smell, thinking my house was on fire. Um, Carrie, who liked to barbecue? Who passed that liked to barbecue? Um, who liked to barbecue? Somebody liked to barbecue and would sometimes burn the food on the barbecue. That's who it is. Brianna said, Hollis is great. I've done a few readings. Definitely recommend. Thank you, Brianna. Samantha said, oh my God, Carrie, same smell has been so prominent for me lately, and no one else knows what I'm smelling. Oh my. For Carrie, it's definitely someone that used to like to barbecue. Yeah, whoever it was that liked to barbecue, who would sometimes burn. He's showing me ribs or something. Looks like ribs. He's burning it on the fire. Alyssa said channeling is wild. I've been experiencing moments when I open my mouth to say something, and I swear it's John that pops right out of there. Yeah, something in his tone and his verbiage. Yep. Exactly. That's exactly how it works, Alyssa. And usually channeling can just so I totally get the whole smell thing, Carrie. Some of my early days as a medium, when I first started to recognize myself as a medium, I used to like smell things cooking in a house and stuff like that. Carrie said my cousin Dale was a big barbecuer. Well, now you know who it is. Okay. All right, everyone. Well, it's a beautiful evening to be here with all of you tonight. I've had a great time. I hope I catch you next Tuesday night for Cosmic Wisdom. And I hope that all of you um, know that your loved ones are with you. Maybe next time I'll share my story about when I had open heart surgery and how I learned how I know for sure the spirits are at your side all the time. All the time, always and constantly. I can assure you of that. I've seen it with my own eyes. They are with you always. They are always at your side, always helping you, always reaching out to you. So know that you are loved and valued, and know that I'm so happy and honored to be of service to all of you. I appreciate your referrals. I appreciate you trusting me. And I hope that all of you experience good health. And the interesting thing is, I pulled a card for everyone, and this is the card I got. I got the Anointed. This says, answer the call, leadership, and soul gifts. Remember, we all have gifts. We all have special things that come through us. And remember that all you have to do is tap into it. All you have to do is be open to it. We all have gifts, just like I'm showing you here. We all have the ability to connect to the other side. And I'm happy to show you that. I'm happy to step up as the leader and teach you that. I'm happy to hold your hand through the process while you learn to open your third eye. It is the most powerful thing, most empowering thing you will ever do for yourself. Learning to connect on your own is one of the biggest ways, best, and most complete ways of learning to heal yourself. Okay. And to heal from grief, this is how you do it. You connect. You learn to connect to your ancestors and connect to those who have passed. This way you can heal those wounds and move through it. Okay. And that's what I'm here to teach. And that's what I'm saying to all of you. So remember that all of you do have skills. All of you do have special gifts. And I just want you to remember that always and forever. All right. All right, all of you. I wish you the best of the evening. Um, so I just want you all to know that I really care for all of you, and I hope all of you are doing really, really good. Jackie, your son knows exactly how much you love him, and he loves you even more than you love him. He says. That's what he said. Because he's a spirit and he doesn't have the human condition in the way. And so he literally like kind of laughs at you and he says, and I love you more. And he like sticks his tongue out at you. All right. All right, everyone. I appreciate all of you. Of course, you can book with me at any time. You can just go to my website, divineandrogyne.com. It's right there at the top. And I appreciate if you, I do run Psychic Insights. So I think tomorrow night is Sarah. Thursday night is Mama Cole. And I might go live again Friday night. I might. And I have to see what my schedule looks like and see how much I get done this week. But or I'm not sure if Nicole will be back yet. I have to check in on that. But anyway, I appreciate all of you. And I hope you all have a great night. Well, there you go, Jackie. There's your evidence. Good night.
Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded